Hello, this is Pixel Freak, and today Humble Bundle has released the Humble Android Bundle 5, and included in today's pack is the Beat Hazard Ultra game, which has already been released on Android. I think it's like $5. Dynamite Jack, Solar 2 Night Sky HD, and if you pay the average price or above, you can also get Dungeon Defenders and the DLC and Super Hexagon. Now, if you remember back also, Dungeon Defenders used to be on the Google Play Store, but it was taken down. They also said that it was never going to come back, so it's really interesting that it's here in the Humble Bundle, and this may be the last time that you can actually pick up this game. So this is a pretty good deal for the money. If you are not familiar with what the Humble Bundle is, it's a pay-what-you-want pack of games, and you get them DRM free. And like I'd mentioned, if you pay the average price or above, you get the bonus 2 games. Sometimes you get soundtracks in here. You do get the PC versions and the Android versions, and Linux if they're available. I'm not sure about Mac. I don't think you get Mac. But oftentimes they'll also add Steam keys in. This one, I'm not sure if it had the Steam keys. I don't think it did to start, but they may add them later. I'm actually pretty optimistic that they will add them. Also, a lot of times in recent Humble Bundles for Android, they've been adding games from past Humble Bundles in the new Humble Bundles. So they may add some new games to this as it goes through. As you can see now, there's been 68,000 of them sold, and there is about 13 and a half days left as of this recording. So what I'm going to do is make a different video for each one of these games, and I'll rip through them kind of quickly. I have played all of them at this point, probably not enough to do like a full review, so it won't be quite like my normal reviews, but you'll get a good idea if you actually want to go out and buy this Humble Bundle. I'm going to give you enough information for that, but maybe not enough information to say if it's a amazingly great game, just an overview of how the game works. And I'm going to do that because there's only 13 days left on this deal, and I really want to get as much information out as possible, and I only have a limited amount of time to do that. So let's go ahead and start with the games. So the third game and the last of the new releases is called Solar 2. And this is probably, of the new releases, my favorite of the three. In this game, it's kind of an open world galactic simulation game where you play as this little asteroid that starts out and you need to fly around and become bigger and better and eventually becoming a planet and then eventually becoming a star. Now, along the way, as you're flying through, and as I'm tapping on the screen here, my little planet will fly where I'm telling it to go. Along the way, and I wish I could go back and show you where I was as a little mini asteroid. You start out as an asteroid, and the asteroid actually has to run into other asteroids to get bigger. Stupid little guys. And as you run into asteroids, eventually you charge up enough energy to become a planet. I've done that. I've become a planet. Once you become a planet, you have to fly around and then kind of nudge the other asteroids here to get them to orbit you. Once asteroids are orbiting you, like you're seeing here, you can tap your planet and you suck them in. And that adds to the mass of your planet. Ooh, I wasn't supposed to be able to get that one. Once you've added enough mass to your planet, evolution begins. Abiogenesis has set in on my planet, and evolution has started. Evolution started and done so well that now I have these little green flying ships around me. That will kind of defend me from other enemies. Now I do have these little indicators around me, the 4 little white things, and they're kind of, I think they're telling me what is around me, what's about to approach, so I can tell if I'm going to run into any enemies or where I'm going to find certain resources. But mostly what I want to do right now is get enough little asteroids, to turn myself into a small star. I'm kind of trying to charge up. So the game being open world, and I'm going to go ahead and just show you how this works. Let me grab that asteroid. Oop, missed it. So I can just go off. There's a rogue planet just flying around. Oh, there's a solar system. Holy crap. Holy crap. So as you run into these solar systems, you have to watch out because other planets can damage you, and the inhabitants of those other planets, like those little white guys right there, they will attack the inhabitants of your planet, and then eventually they will attack you as well. They'll knock you down, and I have been changed from a life-bearing planet back into a barren planet, and then I had to run around and gather more asteroids again to start evolution back on my planet again. So the idea here is you just kind of like roam the solar system, and you continue to evolve your planet and grow it, and who knows how far this thing goes. I haven't played this game on any other platform. I think it's available on PC and has been for a while. I'm not sure if this one's been available on iOS in the past or not. Can I orbit? Can I get that thing on me? No. That must be another planet. But I'm finding this game to be actually kind of fun. It reminds me a little bit of, it's almost a little bit like Osmos. It's kind of funny because I compared another one of these games to Osmos. Night Sky, I thought, was a little bit like Osmos in the relaxing aspect of it. This game as well it has a little bit of a relaxing element to it, but there's a little more dog eat dog kind of going on here. There's a little more hectic behavior here. But it's kind of like that, but also it reminds me of Evo from the Super Nintendo, and that's probably a little bit lesser known game. Actually, if you're going out to buy a copy of Evo, it's one of the more expensive Super Nintendo games that you can buy in the aftermarket right now. I think it's going for somewhere around $100 because it was a very good game made by Enix, and it's about evolution. You kind of evolve your little monster, and this kind of reminds me of that in that you're kind of evolving your planet. Very good game. Recommend you play it on an emulator if you have not played it before. Alright, so now I have picked up enough stuff to make myself into a small star, so you can see I've kind of reached the next level, and now my objective changes. So I gotta move across the planet to pull it into orbit. Takes a bit of practice, drag a planet into your star to absorb it. So now I'm looking for a planet. Just gonna cruise around here looking. Gotta try to make sure I don't get myself tangled up with any of the enemies. Interesting. So the asteroids are still hurting me. Alright, so now I have it. Now I have a planet. So it looks like as you go, now that I'm a star, I get a planet attached to me. And the idea is to let my planets get asteroids and then eat the asteroids off the planets. So the game's getting much more difficult. So I'm not sure exactly how deep this goes, if maybe I end up turning into some kind of black hole or something, but very interesting. It's a very cool game. I'm very interested in playing this just to see how far this goes. But another good game for the Humble Bundle, very, very indie. The name of the game is Solar 2. It's available only in the Humble Bundle for Android 5 right now. I'm sure it'll be on the Google Play Store eventually. This one might be a little bit more expensive just because it seems like this one's a little bit more in depth. Not sure exactly what the price will be, but I'll update the video description when it does get listed on the Google Play Store. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, this has been Pixel Freak.